You're listening to the Burnt Offerings podcast, a show about cigars, friends, faith, and general tomfoolery. Do not take these guys too seriously. Now, grab a stick, settle in, and let's set fire to foot. This is Burnt Offerings.
Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Burnt Offerings, a cigar and variety podcast. I am your co-host, Ryan. My friends call me Rhino, and you're my friends, so call me Rhino. I'm here with my illustrious co-hosts,
Jason.
and
I am Steven.
I'm Patrick.
Or Patty.
Yes,
I'll
Patty.
receive that. Yeah.
Welcome, guys.
Hey, buddy.
It's good to be here.
Here we are, sitting out in the garage, cigar in hand.
We should paint a clear picture if we're going to go down that road. This, your garage, your outbuilding here that we're in,
Yes.
is we've got exposed wood. It's rustic, if you will, not historically rustic.
Nope, Midwest cheap.
But yeah, it's the right ambiance.
The lighting says used.
Yeah.
Maybe vintage.
This episode sponsored by Goodwill Industries.
More than you know.
We got a great cigar tonight.
What are we smoking?
We are smoking a cigar that's brand new to me. I've not had this particular stick, and honestly, I don't know in all my years of cigar smoking if I've ever had a cigar from EP Carrillo.
Carrillo.
I cannot say that I have either. I think this will be my first one.
Habla español, Carrillo.
Carrillo.
I have smoked one, but have no idea what I smoked. It was a random cigar shop, like, oh, that looks fun.
So we're smoking the Pledge tonight, which, as I understand it, received the highest rating that Cigar Aficionados has ever given out, a 98 rated cigar. So
Let's go.
the garage may be cheap, but the cigar we're smoking tonight certainly is not.
Well, the
And
garage has to be cheap to afford the cigar.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I think it'll be worth it. I mean, looking at this stick, tonight we got a box press Toro. First blush, the stick I'm looking at, nice dark wrapper. Little rustic, I would say the wrapper is. It's not a very smooth or refined. It's got a rusticness
What
to
makes a rustic wrapper? I see that on descriptions all the time. I just assume it means poorly made.
Interesting. I nerded out a little bit about cigars in their starting. If you get something that's really is sold and not in the American market, they really don't care about the look.
Yeah,
it's they just roll it and it's finished and
We're snobby.
Yes. The American market is very snobby. So if you were to go buy a box of them in Cuba, the Dominican, and you're not selling to the American market, I don't think it's pretty. It's not. They don't care about it being pretty.
Fascinating.
to me, I don't know. It's just has kind of the right feel to it. I mean, this has got some pronounced veinage on it. It's kind of, it's not a smooth wrapper necessarily, but it is a consistent darkness across. The aroma that I'm picking up off of it just already, it's very inviting. I don't know what you guys are noticing, but I want to dig into this cigar.
Nothing said it was Maduroed, but it is dark.
I don't believe that this is a Maduro, and I don't know if they make this Pledge as a Maduro.
Right.
Interesting.
That'd be something to look into.
But for a natural wrapper, then, if it is, it's much darker.
It's much darker than
than
most natural wrappers.
your natural wrapper, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you pick up a cigar.
Nice leathery kind of smell to it.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't. It's really earthy.
Yeah.
On the unburnt, unlit smell. And this is this actually, you can tell there's some flavor even just
A little
the nose.
sweetness I'm picking up out of it. Be curious to see how that materializes in smoke. So
I'm also impressed. I don't think bands get enough attention. Because we just rip those suckers off and throw them away. Yeah. It's a beautiful band on this cigar.
It really is.
And a lot of times in these cigars, there is artwork that goes into making that.
This is pretty now.
yeah,
that
no,
he's
this
not a
is
fan.
double banded. You see, there's
Yep.
two bands, and actually it had a ribbon around the foot.
It did.
I'm ready to cut into
I want to
this thing.
smoke. Let's do it.
Oh man, did anybody do a cold draw on that thing?
Not yet.
I'm getting some apple cider vibes right away.
Don't get me excited. You give me all the verklempt.
I'm getting chocolate.
Spoken like a man who is
Really?
in the line of Johnny Appleseed over here.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
I mean, there's something there.
It wasn't until my second kind of pull on the cold, but there's definitely that apple. You're right. It's there. I'm very excited about this now. Shall we?
Let's put flame to foot.
Commence our burnt offerings.
Yes. Do y'all have a preferred method of lighting your cigar? I like to toast the foot first, and
That's
then
what I do.
You guys know this about me. I tend to toast pretty heavily even before I get a first draw. Almost comically too much, I think.
Arno thinks he's lighting a campfire over there. He blows on the end of that thing to make sure all of the foot is nice and ambered out there.
That first draw had a lot of sweetness to it for me.
He does.
Okay, now I'm getting some of those cocoa notes that you mentioned, Jason, when you first pulled on it.
I mean, it's not a black and mild, but like
No.
the first draw does have some sweetness.
Actually, folks, we should let you know we're just smoking black and mild here.
Actually, we're smoking one and we're sharing it.
Next week, join us for Swisher Sweets.
We're
I mean,
passing it.
it's a more grown up, but there was a real sweetness, like not an infused cigar type of sweetness,
Oh, no.
you know,
No.
but like far
No,
more
no.
than I was
Yeah,
expecting.
Well, yeah, the sweetness is not on the wrapper. The sweetness is in the smoke. That's how
But here's
I'm
the
picking
interesting
up on
thing.
it.
This cigar has the look of a Maduro wrapper.
Yeah.
And I think if I was in a shop, I would just walk past this.
This is delicious.
And I wouldn't pick it up.
Why is that?
Well, because I tend to go for more of a milder cigar.
So you're usually looking at something with a lighter wrap.
Yes, I'm usually right now. My taste tends to be like one step above a Connecticut wrapper,
Okay.
and so I would probably go, "Oh, that's going to be too dark or too spicy for me." And it's not smoking like that at all. It has a profound sweetness to it.
Well, I would have pulled out my phone and Googled it because this is where I live on the color end of the spectrum. You okay, buddy?
He's having a moment.
He really
Stoked
is.
about this stick right now.
We did some reading. We did a little bit of writing
again.
about it. And Rhino, our resident expert here, gave us some notes. It says it's supposed to start spicy and peppery, possibly.
Yeah.
I am not
So
there.
I'm getting like
Are you guys there?
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge?
I took a retrohale 3 puffs ago. And
Okay.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you just
now, who are you?
introduced Cigar Glossary 101.
All right, let's dive
Wait,
into
are we
it.
gonna have that in this part?
I think we need to. We're only 5 minutes in and we're talking about retrohaling.
I still struggle with them, but retrohale in general.
It's how you inhaled back in the day.
Did your grandpappy inhale
Yes,
differently than you did?
Grandpa retrohaled. What the hell?
He just inhaled. He's now retrohaled.
It is pulling the smoke from your mouth cavity up through your nasal cavity, so you get a more full, basically a more full smell of the smoke and the flavor profile.
Flavor, yeah.
Wow, we're talking about cavities now.
There's definitely a spice there, though. It's not a bad spice. It's not even if you just catch a little bit of the take a puff and take even a little bit of the smoke that comes off of it right after you've exhaled. Even just taking that back in real quick, like it's.
Wow, somebody's having a moment. Listen,
This is up my alley right now.
We'll let him be for a minute.
We all have very different tastes.
I
I
gotta
think
take
that's a fair thing to say.
Oh, very much
We're
so.
all very different. Peppery's not my thing.
It's woody. It's like a woody spice.
Yeah, like I'm okay if it
Like
starts
not cedary spice, but like
or black pepper. Like if it's black
it's
pepper,
not a black pepper
it's not
spice
black
that I'm
pepper.
getting.
And I would rather that go away quicker than other folks.
Right.
Would rather the peppery go away. But I was expecting that, and
I'm not
getting
getting any peppery.
Right, neither
But
am I.
you said you are a little bit right.
No, not pepper, not a pepper spice. I agree with Patrick. It's more of a, you know that when you're cutting wood on a table saw and it gets a little hot and you almost get that little
It's
burnt.
It's burnt.
Yeah, and how that kind of hits the back of your nose when you first notice it. That's the type of spice, just very subtly on the first couple initial draws that came on after I'd exhaled out the smoke, but came on kind of late on the very back of my throat.
Yeah.
But it was mild, but it was noticeable.
I can go there with you. There's something on the back of your throat that's spicy, if you will, but it's not black pepper.
Yeah, it's not like cayenne. It's not like a Nicaraguan type of a spice that has a more black or cayenne pepper. Although I do think there might be some Nicaraguan tobaccos in this.
We have a
Which
wrapper.
usually is my go-to.
Wrapper is United States. Not sure if that's Pennsylvania or Florida, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Okay. Binder, Ecuador, and filler, Nicaraguan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would not be surprising to get some of those spice notes.
I mean,
I'm getting notes of a kind of like lumber that would probably be tariffed from Canada right now.
So this cigar just went up. This cigar just went up in price as the stock market went down. The cigar went up in price.
Stephen, you mentioned our unique differences in kind of our cigar history, and we smoked years together. But I'm just curious, and I don't know that I necessarily know how long y'all been enjoying quality premium cigars. So not the gas station swill that we all snuck around and enjoyed in high school, but premium cigars. Can we even remember that far back?
I'm just trying to think of my trajectory. Like my jump from in the tobacco world went from those crappy old cigars when my father gave me my grandfather's pipes. And then I jumped into tobacco through pipes, and it probably wasn't into fine cigars. Probably only about 15 years, I guess. It's probably not. It's not all the way. Not all the way back. I mean, I am of a certain age, Paddy Wagon. Let's not throw those things around. Yeah, and not did it for me. Did it get even probably in the last 10 years where it became more of a process smoking? With
you can say habit.
My wife may have described it that way, but
for me, the first cigar, it was probably 20 to 22 years ago. Long enough, I can't exactly remember, but I can tell you the cigar. It was a Rocky Patel Edge. Those were pretty new, at least to our area, and I think relatively new to the market. So this would have been early 2000s. And that thing just kind of like Patrick's moment here earlier tonight.
Did it sound a lot like that?
Yeah, I laid down in the parking lot of the cigar shop and I just started making ash angels and everything was heavenly and wonderful.
We captured this one on audio, so we know what this sounds like. We can go back and listen
truthfully,
to it.
I'm still having it.
Listen, you cannot edit that part out, by the way. I just want to not remove that part.
This stick has me pumped up right now.
Jason, what about you? Like, how long have you been consuming tobacco?
Ryan would have been my gateway drug. Ryan was living in Indiana at the time. The funny thing is that my first cigar was a Perdomo Champagne Noir.
I mean, you're not starting off on the wrong foot.
That's not a bad spot.
And that was a delightful cigar. I say the funny thing is because it's a little bit probably darker than where my flavor profile usually goes to, but I don't think when I remember of it, I mean, it didn't smoke like a very heavy cigar or anything like that, or a very dark cigar. And actually, this is kind of giving me some of those memories of that cigar again. But Perdomo, I mean, you can't get anything bad with Perdomo. Just great cigars. And then I think I ventured more to. I spent a lot of time with Connecticut wrappers, especially in the Oliva line, and so I still like I've not smoked an Oliva cigar that I didn't like actually, but that's where I kind of went to. And now Camacho usually is where I land, especially their broadleaf. Can we just have like a moment of silence for the port barrel aged cigar?
It was a loss.
Pour one out for the homies.
I don't know.
All their barrel aged cigars. I mean, Camacho had great barrel aged cigars that they did away with.
I'm sure they had a reason. It was a terrible one.
Yeah, I don't know if sales just weren't great for those cigars.
I don't know how that's possible. You bought one every time you were within 1,000 feet of a cigar
You tried to
shop.
keep them in business.
Single-handedly tried to keep them going.
I'm getting a little bit of the pepper now.
You hitting that spice?
And in my smoke. Nothing bad. I can feel it on the tongue.
Patty, you haven't told us your tobacco journey.
I started with pipes.
Okay.
I made the silly mistake of going on and researching that. And so I ordered like a tin of English, Dunhill Midnight. Which I would probably enjoy now.
Was it on the English end of the spectrum? Oh.
Yeah, I'd read some review on some blog that said like, this is what I smoke on Christmas morning. And I thought, that's going to be...
Sounds so romantic.
Yeah, and it was hot garbage in my mouth.
Guy's clearly single. Like Christmas morning, you're up at 5 a.m. with the kids unwrapping gifts. And
this just tastes like Santa scat. That's all that it tastes like.
or Ryan's in love with it because he would smoke it. Ryan would smoke that all day long.
Ryan would grind up a baseball mitt and smoke that. So
that is true.
But there was a shift. I switched to some aromatic pipe tobacco, and then that really was the same group of people that also smoked cigars and invited me into that, and a lot of trial and error. To be honest, early on, not knowing what I was grabbing off the shelf, kind of buying off a price more than anything.
Which isn't a bad way to start if you're going to a good shop.
Yeah.
Good, and I say good shop in terms of decent selection, and selection of price points.
Yeah.
It's nice when you've got 20 different cigars and the price range is $10 between the cheapest and the highest.
Yeah.
You don't feel bad necessarily picking something that's a little lower on the price scale.
I have a distinct moment with cigar smoking where I would say I became a fan of cigars. And it was at Angelino's.
I didn't realize you've been there.
Yeah. So it was on a trip that all of us were on for work, I believe, over to Indiana.
It was a staff retreat. Yep.
Yeah. Right.
Was I there?
You were.
You were still in Indiana at the time.
Yeah, you used to live in Indiana.
Yeah.
So obviously we all worked together at one point in time, but
Oddly enough, we don't now.
we don't, right? We stayed at the rich people's house and
Yeah.
cooked steaks.
I remember that
this?
well. There was snow
Yes.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes, it was like February.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went over there that night and
All he had to say was the rich people's house. Oh, yeah.
The rich folk.
yeah, so I that evening, and I don't know if somebody recommended it at the shop or one of you guys, but I picked up a Drew Estate Undercrown, Connecticut. There were two things that clicked. Finally, it was a flavor profile that kind of met me where I was at in my smoking journey. So it was mild but flavorful enough that I could really enjoy it, and I was able to pick out tastes. And the other thing that really did it for me was there was a mouthfeel to the smoke. And I remember saying like 20 times, I was probably like a little kid, but it's so creamy.
Yes, I
It's
remember
so creamy.
now.
And that's the night that our friend Gary taught me how to blow smoke rings.
Oh, yeah.
Formative night. So that was that really began the journey. And so then that moved me into better cigars then, right? Because it was like, oh, I got to buy more Drew Estate stuff. Like this stuff is good. And then that start develop a profile and figure out what you like. And
Not to try to be a cigar nerd, but they didn't make Connecticut's in the underground. It's just a shade, right?
oh, shade. Yeah, I'm
A
sorry.
shade
Yeah.
is not a Connecticut wrapper, is it?
Correct.
Yeah, not to nerd out.
Like you, Patty. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And the Champagne Noir was just like, I think I was like, ooh, it sounds like a very
You
it's a
thought
sexy
you
name.
thought that it was champagne infused.
I'm going to get drunk.
This is like I am going to buy some cheap champagne.
I'm going to get buzzed on this cigar.
He was having Oasis flashbacks. He wanted Champagne Supernova.
Yes, there we go.
He's like, I love that song. They made a cigar about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. The universe gave me a gift finally.
Can I say that I am carrying a very
You got about an
lovely
inch of
ash here,
Yeah.
and it is stacked up nicely.
I'm trying to meet you. It's holding
I
the ash
ashed
well.
early because I was scared about ashing on myself with the podcasting gear. And
I'll tell you what, this thing is burnt. Mine, anyhow, I think
burns beautiful.
it is even straight
Yeah.
across the board.
Yes.
The
I don't-
ash is gorgeous.
I don't got much of a runner. I like
No.
yes. Oh, that's good.
What do you mean by that? A runner?
When it takes off on one side and it just kind of
yeah.
runs faster, and all of a sudden it doesn't look like it's smoking all the way around evenly.
The more you know.
Sitting playing catch up with your lighter on one side of the stick.
Exactly. And I don't know if it's true or not, but it feels right. If it's burning faster on one side, just turn it around and it'll burn the other direction.
So I've asked this for years of other cigar smokers, and I will get different answers, even from you. Well, you give me the same answer, but other people give me different answers of if your cigar is burning faster on one side, which way do you turn it? Do you turn the fast end to the bottom, or do you turn the faster burning end to the top of the cigar in your hold?
Which way does heat go?
Well, see, that's the thing.
Up.
It goes up, but I'd like to test this. I swear to you, if you take the faster burning side when you've got one that's running away and flip it to the bottom, I don't think that always works.
It's tough to answer the question because I want to know what's the direction of the wind, what's the temperature,
dew
what's the
point.
humidity, dew point, barometric pressure.
Phase of the moon.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a full moon tonight.
I don't have an eclipse tonight.
We do have
It's
an
a blood
eclipse.
moon.
A blood eclipse moon?
A blood eclipse moon.
Through cigar smoke.
Sounds lovely.
Wow. Where's Stephen King when you need him? I always move the slower burning side of the cigar to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do though wonder
like the cool side of your pillow.
how much because sometimes you get a pretty good half inch or even better difference between the hot end, the cool side, the hot side.
I'm always amazed when I smoke in a shop with some of these old timers who don't seem to care about that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know about you. I'm kind of anal retentive about
Yeah.
that. Like I always want to be able to have even as much as possible. And some of them, they'll just be tapping their cigar on the edge of the ashtray, thinking that that's how they're going to fix the problem.
They've got a V like half an inch to an inch down burnt.
And I'm like,
Looks like
have class.
It's like one of those movie sequences where the map burns up.
It's a Bonanza cigar.
Thank you.
Maybe they just got
exactly what I was thinking.
Maybe they got in a place in their life where they're just going to buy another one anyway. So who cares?
I get it, but I'm also like, goodness gracious.
It does run the risk, though. If that runner gets really out of hand, though, you could ruin a cigar for you as you smoke through it.
Yeah.
That's the risk, right?
Yes. You end up smoking a clothespin. I mean, because you burnt out the middle and you just got the legs on the side of it. So it's like, good grief.
I've been in those situations before where at that point you just sort of let it burn itself out and then just clip that dead leg off. Little cigar amputation and then relight and get back into it.
Don't need to do that with this one. She is beautiful.
She's wonderful.
I will say that the spiciness has stuck around. It's again, it's not peppery, but it's still that a little bit on the back of the throat didn't go away.
Yeah, no, it's just it's a smooth type of a spice.
Because sometimes and we're not quite through the first third here.
I mean, you're almost there.
There. Sometimes when you get that,
like you're never going to smoke another one of them.
I'm trying not to go fast.
So good.
They change right over time, but sometimes the spice will go away on the front end. And this is not yet. So, or at least for me.
And are you good with that as a low spice tolerance person?
Yeah. Again, because this is not black pepper or cayenne, I'm all about it.
Mm-hmm.
If it was pepper on the front end, it was black pepper or cayenne pepper, I will be fine because I think generally they go away.
Right.
Kind of after the first third or so. And then I'm fine and and it finishes great.
And I'm going to throw out something really strange here. But when I breathe in and I just kind of just let the smoke roll around my mouth and push towards the roof of my mouth, I'm getting lavender.
Yes.
I'm getting lavender.
Yeah, this is
Why is he having such a moment?
I said I wasn't going to say certain cuss words. It makes me want to cuss some of those words. This is delicious.
I've never tasted a cigar where I got that kind of flavor.
I'm over here like having a moment.
Like I'm like, what is that? And the entire time I'm like, it's reminding me of laundry detergent. But the smell of it.
Eating Tide Pods is not the answer.
This segment brought to you by Gain.
Not to make serious the lighter moment there, but there's a cleanness, almost to the finish of the smoke there that carries. It has a kind of a fresh.
Yeah.
That's not to say that this cigar tastes like laundry detergent.
No.
No, but it's like when you smell something. And
on the wind
and you would you're just associating that smell with a taste.
Yes.
Can I talk about the middle?
Please.
I mean, are we at the middle? I clearly am at the middle.
Just so you know, listeners, we're all like a third of the way through. Steven has finished the cigar.
I'm not quite finished.
Inch in. I've not ashed yet. I'm an inch in.
Me too. What did I?
No, you're fine. Enjoy.
It's burning slowly and nicely.
It really is. It's not putting out a ton of smoke, but it's burning nicely.
But that smoke smells. So the
notes talked about a balanced sweetness. That is true. That it has not gone away. That sweet chocolatey kind of.
It's like a foundation of like heavy cream on a on a latte or something.
Every time you say words, he makes noises.
I'm not trying to overhype it, but I'm like
you clearly
really enjoying this.
I'm gonna have to set a cot up for you out here in my garage because you may not be able to make it home.
He's not allowed to go.
Apparently, I didn't draw enough. My cigar went out. So,
-1 for Jason. Stephen, you were starting to say, I think, about the flavor. You say the sweetness is still there. Are you noticing? Can you give us a preview of what the rest of us might experience here in an hour?
So the spice does chill a little bit for me, which is fine, and it just kind of fits in. I like the word balanced. That's a good word. It's a good word.
My run has gotten away from me.
It's time for the lighter.
I'm gonna pull out the pitch hitter here on this.
I continually, all the way through the smoke, have gotten a hit off the nose of the exhale it's continued that like kind of deep woods. I'm enjoying that quite a bit.
I will say construction on this thing, I like it. It's burning relatively decent. The ash holds pretty firm. I love a box press. I love how a box press cigar just feels as you're sitting, smoking, holding it in your hand. I'm sure everybody does things a little bit differently. I tend to hold the cigar through the majority of the smoke. I'm sure some people maybe let it rest on the ashtray or something like that, but I tend to hold on to it.
I'm with you. That's what I do.
I don't know. Just there is a certain feel in the hand that I like in a cigar, and I think for me, Toros have been the size. So about 6 inches long, 6.5 inches long, and around a 54 to 56 ring gauge typically. So the diameter, because I know Patrick was going to ask about ring gauge. So the diameter of a cigar is measured on an inch scale. 60 ring gauge is 1 inch across.
Gotta know. It helps you know kind of what you're gauging for. That's helpful.
Yeah. But I just like that feel. It feels like the right size, comfortable. But box press just adds an extra level of touch.
Well, I think there's something to that too, Ryan. I think this is probably why men bond so often around cigars. Because the idea of us sitting down and just talking about life can be a little like we're kind of hesitant. But the idea of like having nature's fidget spinner here, that kind of just it kind of gives you a little more. It's an anchoring of here I am. I've committed to a certain amount of time to be able to do this smoke. So usually an hour to an hour and a half, and so it just kind of just invites conversation because you're smoking usually together when you got that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It kind of takes down the barriers. It's kind of like a little tobacco lubricant for the conversation. So.
Well, I will say this. We've collectively enjoyed cigars together for close to 10 years.
Right.
That might be the safe number. And the four of us, again, as we've mentioned, there was a time where we all four worked together. Some of you still work together. We've remained in close friendship and proximity through job changes, through life changes, addition of kids and different things. And we got a lot of great conversations. Mm-hmm. Kind of back to Jason's point. Anytime you can force yourself to sit and slow down and engage with one another, hanging out with good friends. Some people like to go, to the bar and do this or to go out to the sports bar. Well, I'm too distracted when there's 27 TVs hanging on the wall. I'm not going to engage with you. But, a moment like this for me allows me to connect and to engage. And we've had all kinds of conversations from the very stupid to the very serious. And it's just sort of that sharing life together. And somebody thought, probably Patty, thought, hey, somebody else may be entertained by this craziness. I don't know.
The idea of putting some structure and putting a process in place that we could enjoy and try sticks that we wouldn't normally try. Mm-hmm. This is not a stick that I think any of us would. Sure, one of us might come across this on a sale or something and say, you know what, screw it, I'm doing it. I've never smoked it before. I'll try it. But we've got a lineup of sticks, even just to start with, that are, I'm pretty confident, are sticks that none of us would just randomly pick up off the shelf. We might take it on a recommend or, if we're in a shop and it's on a good deal and we trust the person recommending. Sure, absolutely. But I like the idea of having both a structure for the smoking and then getting to share exactly what you've talked about. We've had crazy experiences over cigars. And I know we've got, some future episodes where we'll talk about some of that, but like it has been a medium for experiences that I don't think would have happened otherwise. And I liked the idea of being able to bring both our kind of love for the cigar and our love for that set of experiences, being able to share that and try and create a little bit of a way for other people to come into that with us. It drives me deeper into understanding both what I'm smoking and what I'm tasting. And that was also exciting. You mentioned keeping a cigar journal for years.
Mm-hmm. We've talked about that, you and I.
Yep.
Several different times. And, especially early in my, my first couple 2 or 3 years when I knew nothing and every cigar was a new cigar, I would go out with a cigar and a notebook and sit down and, what am I tasting? What do I like? What do I not like? What's the cigar feel? Just all these things that we've kind of been talking about and we'll talk about in probably every episode. That helped me, one, learn what I liked and didn't like. Because the more you smoke cigars, you begin to notice the origins of different tobaccos have oftentimes similar characteristics. And it's fun to notice that, especially if you pick up a new cigar and you're like, oh, I'm tasting, peppery notes. And then you come to find out, oh, there's Nicaraguan tobacco in there. Oh, well, yeah, that tends to hold true oftentimes, or there's more wood notes or whatever, and maybe that's indicative of a Honduran wrapper or whatnot. And so it's kind of fun. It again just kind of lets you nerd out, to use Steven's terminology.
Yeah. Cigars have elicited some of the best conversations of my life and some of the best laughter. Like belly laughter, like gut, like I may or not black out, briefly laughter has occurred around cigars. So I think anytime that a group of my friends get together around cigars, I can almost guarantee you that's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
If it's the lightest conversation or the heaviest conversation, it's going to be a good time. What I hope people hear is, they hear us talking about the stick and everything, but they also hear there's just a camaraderie, a solidarity that I just think the world's looking for more and more. People are just profoundly lonely. And I've been amazed at how a cigar can kind of just tear those walls down, and all of a sudden, all of us hang out with a group of guys every other week, and we see very different backgrounds.
Yeah.
But our love of just being together, and most of us are smoking cigars in that space there. It's created this community that I think sometimes we do need something to kind of just ease anxiety, bring down walls, to allow us to be who we are and not be afraid of that. And so I think a cigar is a great opportunity to be able to do that.
Which takes me to just thinking about flavor profiles. I wished I had a palate that I could tell you, oh, that tastes like plum. Like I don't know if I do. I know but the idea that, oh, I like this one and I don't like that one is probably just more of I don't like it. It doesn't taste good to me versus I don't like that one. I may not be able to put my finger on why I don't like it, but whatever it is that I like, I can tell the difference. But it's supposed to finish with coffee. Like this cigar.
Because you're getting into the end.
Because I'm getting into the end. Not that everybody can tell.
I mean, I'm halfway now, right?
But as I'm getting into the end, I wish I could go, oh yeah, that tastes like a great cup of coffee. It doesn't to me. But I probably never would say it tastes like coffee because that's not something I can taste whenever I'm talking about flavors. You guys smoked one. I don't remember which one it was.
Oh, it was Raymond Page's last.
You keep talking about it. Tastes like plum. Now I haven't tried that stick, but I'm going to guess. Put a $20 bill down and go. I don't know. Maybe have I ever even eaten a plum?
Let's be honest,
I don't know if I have.
It's a fruit.
I've pruned.
The way that played out that night. I mean, so that was a good stick. It's from Raymond Page's Last of a Kind.
Last of a kind,
whatever. I think I brought one of those for you, Ryan, one night we were hanging out, and Ryan had an out of body experience in the first third of that.
Yeah,
stick.
I was like you tonight. Starting off,
you couldn't shut up about it. I mean, you were like having a day,
and that's a good stick. I mean, so that you can get that stick for $2 to $3 in a 5-pack online pretty easily. Cigarpage.com if you want to sponsor us, we'll take the sponsorship. Anyway, Raymond Pages, we're available.
I'd smoke a Raymond Page every day.
Night, though, is that Ryan was having almost an out-of-body experience with that stick and kept saying, there is a flavor. And what is this flavor? I've never tasted this in a cigar,
Yeah. I mean, like it was.
You could not articulate it.
Yeah. I knew I've experienced that flavor. I can't, but I can't tell you what it is. I can't tell you where. It's eluding me, but it's so pronounced and it's so, inviting.
Yeah.
This is probably another place where cigars help with just community and fellowship. Because there's sometimes where things are really pronounced. Like for this one, I definitely early on, the cocoa, the leather, those are really easy ones to grasp. But I think sometimes you taste something and what happens is we don't share it. And we sit there and mull around. And for me, when I'm trying to deduce what flavor I'm getting, I rarely ever go to this is what the flavor is first. Usually the way my brain works, I associate it with something that in my life. And so for me, it was so odd with the lavender thing for the cigar going, I'm thinking of a laundry room right now, and being willing to go, I'm going to sound crazy here, but something like this. And then you realize a Patty goes, oh yeah, I'm having that too, to be able to say that. And I think that's a way where the cigar can invite a deeper level of vulnerability because just kind of process as a group.
And we were able to use, I think we took to hey, let's look it up.
Yeah.
Let's read the original description and let's figure out the tasting notes.
Often, especially early on in getting into cigars, I was intentional not to read what the manufacturer's tasting notes were because I If you say it tastes like cinnamon and I don't know any different, I'll be like, oh, yeah, there's cinnamon there. Of course there is, power of suggestion.
Right.
So I definitely wanted to try and in my journaling, what am I tasting? And again, it may not be really anything all that distinguishable because my palate's super immature and whatever. So I always tried not to read that until I got into the cigar. And then, halfway in, well, what does the manufacturer say? And what did I actually notice? This cigar is listed as full-bodied. And I would not personally say that it is full-bodied.
Manufacturer calls it medium body, full flavor.
Medium body, full flavor. Okay.
I would agree
Which
with
I would
that.
agree with.
Yeah,
right?
I would totally agree with that.
There's a lot of flavor going on.
A lot of flavor.
But body for me is kind of like it's how it hits the head, your head.
Yeah.
Full-bodied cigar tends to kind of put a weightiness into my head as I'm smoking it. I wouldn't say it's giving me a head high, a nicotine high, but it kind of punches you in the face.
I inadvertently retrohaled.
Oh, well, now we're done.
It's all full. It's all full.
Ryan's done. He's going to have to go in.
I got lavender. I got nutmeg.
I got flavors. They're not even there.
Let's smell the color 9.
Because the retrohale does give you a much fuller spectrum.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah, because it puts it in that top into your sinus cavity.
Even though you didn't intentionally do it, what did you get off of that? You're about what, halfway to the final third?
He got notes of fear. A little bit of anxiety.
It definitely was enticing. Like I will. I'm not good at retrohaling.
I'm not great either.
I've tried, and it's like riding a bike. You just keep practicing it.
I'm getting a little more of the pepper as I wrap the thing up.
It's coming back. Which honestly, I find to be true in almost any cigar that starts off with some peppery notes. It mellows out in the middle and it comes back. Not in as full of strength, but it does come back toward the finish.
And I would tell people, because I think when I first heard that a cigar was peppery, I thought like, I'm going to smoke, and the smoke seemed like a jalapeno on my tongue. Okay,
right.
But a lot of times what we're talking about is the pepper is you could feel it on the back of your tongue, on the throat. You just feel like a little bit of heat there.
Yeah, I've learned to distinguish between black pepper and even white pepper, and then like cayenne. And the difference is black pepper specifically back of the throat, white pepper more the top of the mouth, but then cayenne pepper along the back sides of the tongue.
Sides, yeah.
That's usually what helps me distinguish where it hit.
That's great. That is definitely like Sherpa advice right there.
Yeah, really
Yes.
It really is.
Is this a cigar for you guys now that you've had this? We know the range. Would this still be filed under more of I need a special occasion to pull this stick off the shelf, or would this be one that you're like, I didn't know what I wanted to smoke, but they had the EP Carrillos sitting there on the shelf, and so I just bought one because it's Tuesday.
I think for me, I mean, it's been no mystery as we've recorded that.
You've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The flavors have been really enjoyable for me.
You're thinking about having another kid just so you can justify buying this cigar.
I mean,
not quite that.
I'm going to be honest, there's 4 of us in the room and it was a 5-pack, so I know I get to smoke this again.
You could gift it, but
That's true, but I won't.
Maybe they're one of our lucky listeners. I will listen.
Listen, if somebody listens, yeah. I'll be honest, even with that, I still think it would be price driven.
Is anybody else getting some lingering spice on your lips? Because I am. Don't hate it, but just noticed it kind of came on.
Up your alley.
Yeah.
I'm getting some of the pepper on the front of my tongue now.
Yeah.
Than I was before.
Interestingly, that apple cider
never showed up for me.
Never showed up once lit.
I think the most enjoyable thing that I've had in this, flavor-wise, has been that kind of woodsy. It's not piney, and I wouldn't say it's cedary. Sometimes you'll smoke a cigar and you'll get a strong, like, kind of cedary, not just from the aging or from the humidor, but your description wasn't far off. A little bit of that, like, fresh sawn wood, and almost the way that strong tree sap can kind of hit your nose a little bit. I've gotten that off of the smoke exhaled, but I've really enjoyed that. I tasted that lavender earlier a little bit, that kind of clean spring breeze.
Well, now that we're toward the end of the cigar, I want to point out what the manufacturer lists
that's
as some of their
That's a great idea.
some of their tasting notes.
What do they got?
So this is off of their website. It says our boldest expression in a cigar that is full of rich, complex flavors. I would agree with that. Very, very unique flavor profile. Expect a powerhouse. Again, here's somebody got a thesaurus for Christmas. Expect a powerhouse of flavors with the pledge. It says, from the first draw, you'll experience noticeable spice. We've talked about that. And robust wood notes. They don't distinguish what sort of wood notes.
Yeah.
It could be a southern birch. And it says, then balanced by hints of sweetness, which I think we've identified as kind of that foundational cream note that just is there. The complexity of flavors is enhanced by its aromatic quality, making each puff an indulgent experience. The smooth coffee finish rounds off the profile, leaving a lasting impression on the palate. It'll be interesting to see how this finishes.
The flavor I'm getting here at the end that I can't for the life of me figure out what it is.
Plum.
My brain immediately wants to go vanilla. But I'm not, it's not that, but it's for some reason I'm associating with that.
Would it be imitation vanilla by chance?
Yeah, yes.
Not
yes.
actual
Wait,
vanilla?
that's probably the only kind of
Toasted
vanilla I've
vanilla?
ever had. It's imitation vanilla.
Vodka.
Jet puff.
And it might be a little bit
Marshmallow.
of the creamy coffee kind of flavor there. Maybe that's what I'm picking up on there, but
The spice has intensified for me, more so than even at the beginning.
Interesting. I don't have that experience.
It's there for me. It got even that hit was different.
Out of body. Patrick's out of body again.
again.
He's back, people.
Go again, round 2. See if you can identify it. I wish y'all could see Patrick right now. I mean, his eyes have rolled back into his head.
No, I'm with Jay. There's something new. Like I mean, tell me where I'm.
Yes.
What would you say? I'm in.
I can't put my finger on what this.
Patrick can't even complete a sentence right now.
Oh my goodness, what is that? So I will say this stick has been a lot of fun. I truly.
Yeah, I would
have
agree.
not smoked a lot of cigars where it's taken me multiple times within the stick. I've said, "Oh, well, that was really new."
Yeah.
I don't know what like that doesn't happen. There's a lot of really good sticks that are just kind of the steady Eddie all the way through.
The weird thing is, the memory that comes to mind for me is stupid little ice cream cups and the wooden spoon.
Oh, good gosh.
And so,
Okay, well, that is a unique
that's
vanilla.
actually- yeah, that's
that is
actually
a unique
true, right.
vanilla flavor.
That's vanilla with that like
with that wood
With that
flavor.
woody, yeah.
That woody flavor,
So
yeah.
that's-
tongue
that's
depressor
the image that comes
spoon.
to
and the tongue depressor is made
It's
from
like-
southern birch.
Yeah,
Is-
definitely a
It's
southern
weird,
birch.
Like it's just that's the memory that I get as I'm.
he's hearing rubber gloves snapping. He's hearing turn around. Oh no, wrong tongue depressor.
Right. No, that was at school.
Now I'm getting a lot of. You've already had one of those. Let other kids have.
You can't have another cup of ice cream.
And then looking for the chocolate milk. So that's what I'm getting
gosh.
right now.
Sit down, little Jason.
Sit down. You've already had that.
Yeah, you've already had your ice cream.
Yes.
I would call it a toasted vanilla.
We'll allow it.
I think that's where I'm landing on that final. I'm with you. There's a creamy. I don't know that I would call it coffee, but I'm getting a little bit of that. You know when you get real vanilla and it has like almost. It's a kind of a toasted smell on your nose. Sometimes, for instance, sometimes I'll drink Woodford Reserve, like the double oaked, and you'll get that nose vanilla that kind of comes off of it.
Yep.
There's a little bit of that here.
I'm curious where you all would rate this and what about it, led you to give it X number out of 10. No pressure that Cigar Aficionado gave it a 98.
My thoughts were, I know why it got a 98. It got a 98 because it was great. It ashed well. It was compact. It didn't run away on it. It was constructed well. It tastes great all the way through. It didn't get funky in the middle or anything like that. It stuck to its flavor profile notes for the most part for what we read. And after we read it, this is going to be in that 7 range for me.
Okay.
Because of the quality of the cigar, but also it wasn't my most favorite thing I ever smoked.
Sure.
Right.
This burnt great. The ash held firm. It never fell on me. I always ashed off myself. For me, I would probably give it an 8. I liked the flavor profile. It was certainly enjoyable and the consistency of the flavor profile. It wasn't the most flavorful cigar that I've ever smoked in terms of like, wow, I'm just getting hit with a barrage of unique and identifiable flavors. But this flavor profile for me was very consistent and And if I had to sum up this cigar in a word, it would just be it's consistent in every aspect. I would give it a solid 8.
I'd probably at a 7 as well for this. I've been really pleased with the flavor of it. Honestly, the only thing that gives it the rating of a 7 would be price point for it.
Yeah, that's fair.
That really is what the big thing for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm same boat. I tallied up, and despite my my guttural moans throughout this smoke, I ended up I'm at a 4. I'm at a 7.8.
Oh boy, you got a sophisticated scale.
Well,
he's at the point. No,
actually,
point.
I did it on a 50-point scale.
A 50?
I got a 38 out of 50, and then I just doubled it up to a 100-point scale to give you a 7.8 to match your guys' ratings. But very enjoyable.
I'm glad he's good at math.
Very enjoyable 7 point.
If I have to do algebra when smoking a cigar.
7.9, right? 38 would take you to 79. So it's an enjoyable 7.9.
Just saying 8, Patrick.
Well, I was trying to be true to my
You
rating.
literally levitated the first 13 minutes of the cigar. I give it an 8.
I would say of all the cigars I've smoked, this one has the best final third. I thought this thing came alive on the final third for me.
It really did.
And I was just picking up on all kinds of stuff. I was like, oh, wow, I'm getting a lot of things here right now.
Well, gentlemen, thank you. This has been fun. I think we can tie the bow on this first episode of the Burnt Offerings podcast and look forward to doing this again and look forward to having you join us for our next episode.
Thank you for listening to Burnt Offerings. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite platform and let us know what you thought of the show.